Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to Primary Teaching with Dom. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to Primary Teaching with Dom.
Hello and welcome back to Primary Teaching with Dom. Back for another video, back on it. So, this video, as I said from last week, it is an email that I was sent. Here is an advice kind of video, and I thought that rather than me reading their whole email out and going through exactly what I said to them, I thought it would be quite good if I broadly speak about in generic terms and then see if it helps anyone out there, because you could be going through the same thing. As an NQT, I went through exactly the same thing, and I'm pretty sure there's loads, hundreds of NQTs going through exactly the same thing. I got an email and it said that right now they're struggling on their NQT because they're doing so much work, there's so much pressure involved, and they're not able to really relax as much or sleep or somewhere in the realms of that, and they find it really difficult. Their subject knowledge in maths, I think, they said they need to be revising every day about it, or revising more than they would normally have to keep up with the lessons that they're teaching and they needed my advice. So I'm going to give advice to anyone that is struggling on the NQT, thinking that there's a lot of work got into this and I don't know if I can keep up. I've been that NQT, I've been there even as a new teacher now, actually. Not a new teacher, as a recently qualified teacher, that you get to the point where you're just like, what? I'm teaching them, aren't I? Like, you get into class, you're like, Jesus Louise, I'm actually meant to be responsible for 30 children now. I'm responsible for these children. And then everything starts to creep up. So you have the first initial point where you're excited, you're like, woo, fun. And then work starts to creep in a little bit. And then, you start teaching, like, okay, this is good. And you get to marking, and then everything comes and you got to do this and that and that and that and that. And you can get overwhelmed. There's a vast amount of us, like myself last year, that are finding themselves struggling. And as I said, I've been there where it just got too much. I was looking around and I was like, okay, I've got all this to do, and the extracurricular stuff that was like the assessments and the planning and the marking and the going to forums and going to meetings and going to planning meetings and planning and doing all the SEN, EL stuff and all that stuff. It just got a lot for me at a time. And then because of that, and then on top of that, I had to also revise what I was doing for English, maths, topics, science, history, geography, art, PE, doing all of that, as well as trying to teach and keep behaviour there. Yeah, something had to fall, and the behaviour fell, and I wasn't. It's all in my NQT video. I'll try and link it up there, or link it below. The first advice I'll give is to talk to your mentor. It's really imperative that you speak to, I don't know why I was hitting the table there, but it's quite imperative that you talk to your mentor, because your mentor will give you advice and guidance, and they're meant to be that person who is there to help you. I had my mentor last year, and she was the most amazing person ever, and she got me through my NQT. Me confiding and her coming in and observing my lessons and helping me and putting things in place and saying, do this and take this, and have early day here and look after yourself, was great. So I advise anyone, go speak to your mentor. I hope they're as good as mine, as mine was. You confide in them, let them know what's going on, because they're meant to help you. If your mentor's not good, then go to the head of school or head teacher and confide in someone there, talking about what you're going through, because inevitably they want you to pass. They want you to pass. They wouldn't employ you for you not to pass. If they need to put support in place for you, like they did with me when I was at NQT, then allow them to do so. But please don't just bottle it all in, or talk to a friend at school. I had 2 other NQTs that started with me, so I was able to talk to them as well. Talk to someone, especially your mentor first, then senior leadership, and then you air your frustrations out with your other friends, of course. As everyone does. You have to let it out somehow. Gotta let it out on the children, so so do that. My second piece of advice is to prioritize. I have learned recently, I've been knowing, but I recently learned, like been doing things to do now and things that can be done later. So you got to think, if there is assessment that needs to be uploaded onto a system for senior management to know by Friday, but you've also got some marking to do, you got to think which one's more important. You can't kill yourself and do both and not have any sleep and be up to 10, 12, 1300 hours. Well, that's actually 24 hours, that's afternoon. But I mean, at 1 o'clock in the morning, doing both. So you got to think, you know what? I would love to mark this, but that can wait until tomorrow. Feedback tomorrow or the next day, and but this needs to be sent now. So you need to prioritize. Me, myself, and I used to be the person to just get everything done or try to get everything done within a time. So planning, assessment, and marking all in one day, and I'll be up to like 11:30 at night. Granted that I got to school at 7 o'clock in the morning. So you're thinking at now 10, 11:30, I'm still working. You get what we call teacher burnout, and you start to burn out, and knowing that you've got to get up the next morning to do exactly the same things again, you can't keep doing so. You can't keep doing it. You got to think of yourself. I put it in terms of like, like celebrities, because I was watching like a documentary on, was it like, Beyonce or some celebrities or whatever. They will work hard for like weeks, weeks. They'll work hard, they'll have no sleep. But then they know to take 2 months break, 3-month break away, where they're not thinking about it, they're not doing much. And I quit to teaching. Now, teaching, you can't go 3 months without sleeping and doing all that. But you've got to think that you need to have a break. We need to do it in a systematic way, because we're not celebrities where we can just do anything we want, kinda. So you got to think, okay, let me finish by, if you need to take things home, okay. It happens sometimes. That's going to be my next advice after. But if you are going to take things home, or you are going to do things at home, say, 6:30 or 7, I'm finished. That is it. Everything get lock off, done, not doing anything more. Because you need to have time for yourself. 7 o'clock is late anyway. By the time you shoved a couple of chips down your esophagus and watch the Netflix, you're out, you're knocked out anyway. So you need to take time for yourself, a cut-off point. What's important now? What can be done later? That's what you need to do, hands down. And I do it now. So one of my things is that I mark within the lesson. So going around with children, I will mark in the lesson, because I know that I'm not going to take that. I'm not taking no books home. So it needs to be done before I leave school. I don't take books home now. Like, very rarely I do. So I think this year since I started, I've taken it once. So, and last year I took it every day. I mark within the lesson. I try and mark during, if I have 15 minutes break time, I will eat my apple or banana while just trying to mark very quickly, getting things out the way. And things that don't get done will get done the next day when I come in. My next piece of advice is to try and not take things home. Hard as it is, as hypocritical as I can be, try your best not to take things home all the time. If you do, fair enough, sometimes you need to, but don't take it home every day. Don't pile yourself up with 60 books, granted. Don't take 30 books, 60 books home that you're going to put in your car, or take on the bus or the train, that you're going to put, either leave in your car or you're going to leave at your house, not look at and be like, oh, well, I should have marked that. Then you have the luggage of taking it back to school unmarked. No, it will get marked. Do it tomorrow morning. Come in 10 minutes earlier than you would normally do and mark a little bit. Or if not, mark within the lesson. Do all those kind of things to help you. At lunchtime, I know we're meant to have an hour. But even at lunchtime, trying to get things done there, but do make sure you have your lunch as well. But you can, do it then as well. But try not to take a lot of things home. My next piece of advice from that email, when the person was saying that their subject knowledge, they have to do more revision. I don't necessarily know how to put it. I still do that till this day. But I go to kind of lengthy extremes that I wouldn't want anyone to do. I have to write out what I'm teaching for every lesson in that day, the day before, because I feel more prepared that way, and I know, and I can break it down a lot. So I'll get a generic lesson plan that's for everyone, and I will look in at lesson plan and think, okay, my children can do that. I can alter it this way. I can write this and do that, because my children, they do know that they're really good, so I can extend them on that and do this and then take that out. I wouldn't want anyone to do that because that does take a while, but just know that sometimes you might have to. That's why I say try not to take books home, because within that, give yourself 40, 50 minutes. You can then look over what you need to and plug in the gaps that you need to fill, because not everyone knows everything. So doing that is something that you probably will have to do. But I would say if you are struggling with subject knowledge, do speak to your mentor, speak to your maths lead, your English lead, whatever lead that you are struggling in, whatever subject you're struggling in, talk to that lead, talk to your teachers in your year. Definitely speak to them. Say, look, listen, right now I'm struggling. Right now in maths, I'm struggling with looking at fractions for year 1. How did you do it last year? Or how do you think we should go about it? Sometimes you can run through a lesson with your teacher, and you lot can be both collaborating and be like, okay, we can do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do this. And I did that with my mentor as well. We used to go through the lesson, like as my mentor was, putting things up in the morning and do whatever not. I would literally run through the lesson saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then she would give me advice. She would say, oh no, do this instead and make sure you say this. So your whole time of you being at home looking at maths and plugging the gaps, if you simply just talk to your actual teachers who teach with you, if you're in a 2 or plus more form entry, then you lot can sit down for 10 minutes and go through the lesson. Just know that others are struggling, and please do talk to people. Talk to your family, talk to your friends, talk to your mentor, talk to everyone. You need to let it out somehow. Don't keep it bottled in, because the worst thing you can actually do, keep it all bottled in, and then you end up just being like, you know what, forget this, I'm leaving, I'm not doing it. So please do make sure that you talk to someone about what you're going through, because it helped me massively when I was able to talk to my NQTs, my former NQTs. It helped that I was able to talk to my mentor. It helped that I was able to talk to my friends about it as well and break down. Trust me, there were tears. And all of that. So please do make sure you talk to someone. Look after yourself. Don't take work home. If you're struggling with subject knowledge, talk to your teachers and go through the lesson together, because 2 minds is better than 1 absolute majority of the time. Look after yourself and I'm not gonna lie, teaching is hard. It will always be hard. It's always challenging, but it's the most rewarding. But you need to find that reward. You need to make sure you take care of yourself so you can still love teaching. But anyway, I hope that's okay. I know I sent the person the email, must have more because it's more suited for what they said, but do like, comment and subscribe. And yes, thank you for watching my last video. Even though I have not been that active, I'm quite happy that I'm still in maths, like 200 views in a week, so that's quite nice. So thank you very much. Keep watching, keep supporting, keep subscribing. There's still some subscribers coming through, which is nice. I'm nearly at 1,000 subscribers now, so it's like, but yes, my next video will be on the professional skills test and them abolishing the professional skills test. I think someone told me that, so I'm gonna look more into that. And yeah, so we shall see you. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye.